Sure. So I'm a consultant to the profession here in the United States. I primarily work with public accounting firms and those serving the public accounting profession to help them grow their businesses. So I started my career in an accounting firm, so I got a lot of practical knowledge about what our members are facing, but I work with a lot of partners and firms that are bringing in their first marketing director, that are trying to grow their organizations and elevate their presence in the marketplace. So we work all across the United States and occasionally internationally. But there's a couple of trends that we're seeing is really important. One, marketing is become very commonplace in the United States in accounting firms, and that wasn't so much the case. May or may not be aware of, but up until almost 40 years ago, accountants couldn't market, and they had to change the laws around that would allow them to do it. And so it's taken quite a while to get this to be a mainstay for the profession. So what we've seen, and part of what I spoke about this morning, is that we're past the conversation of whether marketing is relevant in accounting firms, and it's sort of an assumption now, and it's more about how to help that evolve within the organizations. So that's one of the key trends that we're seeing within the profession, and so as a result of that, a lot of our members are facing challenges about building credibility within their firms, about building the culture. The profession is also, I'm sure this is happening a lot in Japan as well, but the profession here in the United States is facing a lot of change. There's a lot of people retiring, a lot of partners that have started their firms, tons of succession, and that's impacting it because we have young leaders that are coming up and taking over, and some of them are better equipped than others, and it's changing the entire environment. There's a lot of mergers and acquisitions going on in our marketplace right now because of that, and our marketing professionals, our growth professionals within accounting firms here have a huge opportunity to help facilitate that change. So gaining credibility is one of the big challenges for them, and understanding how to educate the partners, because our partners don't learn about marketing in school really. They might have a class or two, but that's really the extent of it. They don't get into public accounting thinking I'm going to be able to market and sell myself. It's not something that they do. So that's one of the big challenges, training the people and retaining the people. We have a huge shortage of people in the United States right now. And I know the AICPA is looking at a number of things that can help CPA firms here mitigate some of that. But that's a big challenge, in developing those people, those young leaders, to a point where they can take over these businesses and be successful is an important part of that. That's one of the, probably two of the biggest challenges they're facing right now, in addition to the succession. So. Yeah, so I'll take it in two parts. I think technology in general has changed quite significantly. It's changed the game, as you saw, and I don't know if you've looked in depth at our budget survey, but content marketing is a huge part of it. Websites, SEO, there's a big part of how people research and make decisions today, and for every marketing professional, they can't ignore the fact that these digital channels and this technology exist. They have to be there, they have to use it as a channel to be visible in front of their clients and their prospective clients in the marketplace. So that's been one change that the profession is really started to wrap their arms around. It took a long time for our marketers to learn a lot of this, because they weren't teaching it up in school until a couple years ago. So that's one piece of it. As far as the cloud accounting goes, the adoption is picking up for that. It's still a little bit slow, but what we're seeing is a lot of the younger, re-energized firms are picking this up and teaching it, but there's still a lot of large firms in the marketplace that are not embracing cloud technologies as much. But I honestly anticipate that we're going to see a huge shift in that over the next 18 months, because we can. People are asking for it. You've got young entrepreneurs, decision makers like myself, who are demanding a cloud solution. I run my business virtually, so it's I need those solutions. I don't want to be tethered to a desktop, to old technology. So, there's a lot of evolution that's going on in that space, and I think it's actually a huge opportunity for a lot of small and mid-sized businesses that are doing a lot of work in this area to really embrace it, because there's not enough providers out there that truly understand it. So. Yeah, learn from us in the United States. We didn't put much effort into this, and so if there's one piece of advice I could tell you, is to go ahead and to invest in this now, because Otherwise, you're going to end up where we are right now, which is, our CPA firms are really struggling with succession and growth, and the firms that haven't gotten behind this are now just trying to pick up and run with it, and they're behind the 8 ball long before they get there. So just from a competitive standpoint, invest a little time and energy into it, and it'll help secure the longevity of the firms that you're building, and allow you to be more competitive in the marketplace. So.